Hey Kawaii Gardener, this is just a very late response to your video in defense of the melting pot, multiple forms of multiculturalism. And I say multiculturalism is a flawed term because everyone understands different things about it. And I must say this, let's say, trivial culture melting pot, this is what we have in Europe. I mean, I'm hungry now, and I'm planning to get me an imbiss somewhere, and um, I will end up with doner and falafel because in my city there's just, I think, 15 or 20 places where I can get Turkish imbiss foods and one where I can German imbiss foods. And guess what? I'm fucking totally fine with it. Um, because if I have the choice between German bratwurst and falafel, I take the falafel in out of 10 occasions, and that's what it's about. We have that. We have that kind of culture mixing. I live across a Chinese restaurant. If I go out and eat, I normally eat Indian style or Chinese or whatever. Sometimes I eat Bavarian, which is my home culture, and nobody objects to that. We have been flooded with U.S. American pop culture, U.S. American food, and same with all other cultures like Italian food. It's all that it melts together, and nobody really objects to that because it's what the people want. If there are so many foreign restaurants because people like that kind of foreign food because it's different what you make yourself at home, and so there is absolutely no problem with that. And the thing is, the term multiculturalism is flawed itself because it is not precise enough. And what I have to tell you is the problem I have there are people in my country who came here with a elaborated system how to build a counter society in their backpacks, and they came here with a theocratic system of law and social interaction which runs detrimentally to the fundamental values of my society, which are laid down in its constitution, and that's what I object to. And the problem is that our multiculturalist idiots cannot differ between that trivial food multiculturalism and do we have one law for all multiculturalism, or are women equal to men multiculturalism? They just made idiotic cultural and legal relativism and branded it multiculturalism, which is wrong in my place. And the French paradox, as you talk, France, they always they never really came over not being a great nation. They are just one nation among others, and that's the outgrowth of all their specialities. Like, oh yeah, have to have 70% of French songs on the radio and crap. But if you actually go into France, it's a melting pot as well, and I'm totally fine with it. And also, what I must say, it's always like we're talking about the immigrants. We're talking about that specific minority from a culture we both know what we are talking about, and they make the problems. We had millions of Russian Germans brought back to Germany. We have hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese. We took over to our society from the German Democratic Republic. We absorbed Poles, we absorbed a lot of Italians, we absorbed a lot of Chinese, and we have no problems with them. And they sometimes choose to live in, let's say, a parallel society, and we have no problem with that, as long as the people speak German and they respect our values and they aren't criminal and they are not building such a counter society, and that's what we see. And I think the problem is it's just a minority of a minority of people. The problem with it, the problems are everywhere the same. France has problems with radical Muslim immigrants. The Netherlands have it. Denmark, Austria, every country has, and they are fucking up in every country they go to. And I must say, um, we have integrated a lot of people from a lot of different nations and cultures. It's just we're just have the fuck with a minority among Muslim immigrants, and it's always about their idiotic sense of culture, and they want to import their backwardness into our society, and that's what I object to when I speak of. I think multiculturalism is dead, and that's what Mrs. Merkel is speaking when she says multiculturalism is dead, because it's not about food, it's not about fancy headgear, and it's not about all that trivial crap. And I think that's the point. And maybe we have to think of new terminology, because the term of multiculturalism is not precise enough. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.